Good evening everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. Because tonight we got a tag video, and this is called the 10 Untouched Books tag. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is an original tag created by @Rainierbooks, and yeah, there's only one prompt, and I wasn't tagged by anyone, but I've watched quite a few videos, enjoyed a few videos of this tag, that thought I'd jump in there. But yeah, there's only one prompt, and that is to present 10 books from your shelves that have been there at least a year or more, and present them. This is about creating awareness, to read from our shelves, enhance sustainability, and maybe even saving some bucks. Okay, so it's kind of ironic that I'm doing this tag, because in the last 2 months I've done 2 very big, very therapeutic book hauls. So I kind of really needed to do it, people. But still, I understand the importance of reading the books that you already own, and have a lot that I can choose from. There were a lot of books that have been on my shelf for more than 1 year, because yeah, that's something that's needed, and I just kind of overlook them every time that I do a TBR or pile of possibilities. I kind of overlook these books. Now, just to say, the books that I've chosen, yeah, they've been on my shelf for longer than a year, and most of them are horror, in some cases thrillers, but they're darker books. Because those are the kind of books that I tend to read, people. So yeah, I could have added some others, but I thought I'd just stick to that. And also, these are books that for the most part are authors that I know about, authors that I've read from, that I actually enjoy, and so I don't know why I haven't read these books yet. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Oh, another thing, if you've read these books that I'm showing you, or if you like the sound of these books, let me know. It might just be added to a TBR in future, and then I might get around to actually reading them. So yeah, this is in no particular order. I'm gonna start with Choke, by Chuck Palahniuk, and I know I'm butchering that name, and I've done it before, and someone corrected me in the comments, but yeah. And I read a book of his that was okay, 3 stars, and that was Haunted. But I have heard that this is a lot better, but for some reason it's been sitting there. I wouldn't call it exactly horror, don't know if it's literary horror, but yeah, it's just been sitting on my shelf gathering dust, and I really need to get to this. And yeah, so what's it about? A guy's a medical school dropout. He's an anti-hero for our deranged times. Needing to pay elder care for his mother, he's devised, oh, I know about this, yeah, an ingenious scam. He pretends to choke on pieces of food while dining in upscale restaurants. He then allows himself to be saved by fellow patrons who, feeling responsible for his life, go on to send checks to support him. Pretty weird, pretty out there and messed up. But yeah, that's Choke. Let me know if I should read this. Oh, and this was the author of, yeah, Fight Club. Love the movie. Another book that I've had for the longest time is Darker Than You Think by Jack Williamson. Now, I know this is a werewolf novel, and yeah, it says unsettling dreams begin for small-town reporter Will Bobby not long after he first meets a mysterious and beautiful April Bell. They are vivid, powerful, and deeply disturbing nightmares in which he commits atrocious acts. And one by one, his friends are meeting violent deaths. Yeah. Is a Child of the Night? Yeah. So obviously it's a classic werewolf novel. It says it on the back here. Horror, the 100 best books. So yeah, I don't know why I haven't picked this up. I do want to read more werewolf books, but I got a certain werewolf book by Robert McCammon that I want to get to first. But let me know if you've read this book, Darker Than You Think. Okay, I'm cheating for the next one, people, just a little bit. There's J.R. Lansdale, The Bottoms. Now, yeah, I've had this on my TBR before, I think a year and a half ago, but I never picked it up. In fact, I think I've had it on a couple of times, but I've just never read this book. And I love J.R. Lansdale, but this seems like it's a different kind of J.R. Lansdale, if you know what I mean. A little bit more literary, a little bit heavier with the subject matter. You know, the Great Depression, racism. Yeah, I've heard it's brilliant. Maybe it's his best. Convince me down in the spaces below. And is this a book I should be reading? The Bottoms by J.R. Lansdale. Okay, and this has just got a pretty cover. Sounds interesting. The Year of the Locust by Terry Hayes. And it says at the back here, the world stands at a crossroads. One way lies a future, the other, annihilation. It will take a journey of a lifetime to save it. There are no second chances. Annihilation gets me thinking about apocalypse, that kind of thing. I like that. I like that trope in books, in novels. Now, I have no idea if this is a... Yeah, it talks about the CIA, so maybe technology. Maybe it's not my kind of book. Maybe I should read it. Have you read it? Yeah, never heard of the author. Let me know. The Year of the Locust. Is it worth it? Next up we got Captives by Sean Hudson. Now, I've got a collection of about 12 books from Sean Hudson, and I've only read one of them, people, and that is Slugs, which I thoroughly enjoyed. For some reason I've never ever picked up the author again. I don't know. I've only got his more later stuff, I think, which sounds more like thriller, crime thrillers. Let me know. I could have picked up any one of these. I mean, some of them I've owned forever, like years, like 10 years. So yeah, I don't know why I haven't read these yet. Yeah, that's Captives. Because I actually want to do a video, like an author focus video, which I've done with authors like Graham Masterton, Ramsey Campbell, might be coming a little bit later, and they did pretty well. And I want to do one on Sean Hudson, but it seems like it's not really a good idea if I've only read one book by the author, even if I've got a collection. So yeah, should I read him? Should I not read him? It's Captives. Okay, the next book, book number 6, is a very famous series, and this is the first book in the series, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I really want to put this on my TBR soon. And I know it's more like a thriller, or is it a crime mystery thriller? Maybe it's dark. I heard it's very dark. But yeah, I haven't seen the movie, and I haven't read the book, and it's been sitting there. Maybe not on this shelf, one of my other shelves. And yeah, what it's about. Now, I'm not going to read the whole back here. Just Lisbeth Salander, the enigmatic, delinquent and dangerous security specialist, assists in the investigation. So it's an investigation into a murder. So that's a murder mystery. But yeah, I know nothing about it except that it's supposed to be brilliant. I'm a little bit worried about thrillers at the moment because Gone Girl did not work for me. And let me know. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Let's see how it goes. Next up, I've got another kind of sort of favourite author, and that is Peter Straub, Lost Boy, Lost Girl. Now, yeah, I've had this forever as well. I haven't bought it recently, and I love Ghost Story, although I can't remember a hell of a lot about it. And I loved, what was the other one, Shadowland. And I've read a couple of others from him. And I don't know if it's a cover. Maybe it's a cover that's turning me off. It's just so plain and kind of dull. And yes, he's #1 best-selling author of Black House, and he wrote that with Stephen King, and The Talisman, which I love both. Yeah, I really need to give him a chance. And I'm going to read the back here. A woman kills herself for no apparent reason. A week later, her teenage son disappears. The vanished boy's uncle, Tim Underhill, is compelled to return to his hometown of Millhaven to discover what he can. A madman known as the Sherman Park Killer has been haunting the neighborhood. But Underhill believes that Mark's obsession with the local abandoned house is at the root of his disappearance. Okay, so the secrets and serial killer and his, not sure if it's a thriller. I really should read it. And actually this has also been on my TBR. I think it was on my TBR last year or in 2023. And I don't know why I haven't read it. It's gathering dust on my shelf. So let me know, people. In fact, let me know which of yours are the ones that I've talked about sounds the most intriguing to you. Then I can add the ones that birds are very loud tonight. I can add one of the books that I've got from my, the books that I got from our haul, and I can add one of these maybe to each TBR, or pile of possibilities. So I really should read this. Okay, next up we got Joe Donnelly, Still Life, and I absolutely love this cover. And I've got another Joe Donnelly that I haven't picked up either. Maybe I chose this for the cover. But it looks like this is kind of a bit of a folk horror. It talks about ancient woods and small towns maybe that are under threat again. Caitlin Brooke has come to Linville. Okay, let me just read the first paragraph because it's quite long. A village in a valley, a village overlooking a forest. It was the kind of place people came to live for the peace and tranquility. For centuries it had nestled in the glen, surrounded by the old Caledonia forest that had once covered most of the country. Now this patch of the old woods was under threat again. Let me just look for like kind of keywords here. And you got guardians of the forests, and you got danger, and you got primeval power of the forest, of nature, and of the old gods demanding new life. Yes, so it seems like it's very much that kind of horror, kind of folk horror. Yeah, haven't read it. It's been sitting forever and ever and ever. And I haven't even read the author yet. Have you read this author? Let me know. Okay, so the 9th book I've got to show you tonight is Grin of the Dark by Ramsey Campbell. Now, the thing is that this author is very, very much hit or miss for me. It's not a kind of style that is for everyone, his writing style. To be honest, the most part, I've only really enjoyed one or two of his books. I enjoyed The Doll Who Ate His Mother, and I enjoyed another one, I can't remember what the name is now. It's very kind of quiet horror, but very menacing. But it's a particular style of writing that is not for everyone. And that is maybe why I'm not overly thrilled to pick up this book. And it's been there, sitting there for a while. I think about 2 years ago I put it on my TBR and then I just forgot about it. It's got a very, very interesting premise. I think it's about circus and magic. Or Tubby Thackeray's stage routines were so deranged that members of his audiences were said to have died or lost their minds. When Simon Lester is commissioned to write a book about this notorious music hall clown and his riotous silent comedies, his research, his research plunges him into a nightmarish realm where genius, buffoonery and madness converge. So very interesting, unique premise. I haven't read the book. Should I, people? Let me know. Grin of the Dark. And finally, I've got a book that I'm perhaps most excited about. I can't remember when I bought this book. I think it's about 2 years ago. I hope so. I hope I'm not cheating here. But that's Bad Moon Rising by Jonathan Maybury. And it says here he's reminiscent of Stephen King, which is pretty damn cool. And yeah, I like just the first part here. A new master of terror reigns supreme, and in his most horrifying novel yet, the clash between good and evil explodes in an apocalyptic showdown. Few will survive. Yes please. Good versus evil. Lots of death. Post-apocalypse. Apocalypse. I love that kind of novel. So yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this, to be honest. Why I haven't read it yet, not sure. I know there's another series that I want to get my hands on. I think I've got part 3 or something. But yeah, it talks about some really delicious stuff here. Monstrous evil, a bad moon rising. Yeah, that's it. Okay everyone, so that's my little tag video for tonight. Let me know what all of you guys think. Have you read those books? Please drop a comment down below. And maybe let me know if I should add some of those to my TBRs in future. You know, in between all the other 30, 40, 50 books that I've been hauling over the last few months. Therapeutic, people. I've needed it. Really needed it. And also, please go to my community page and just ask me a question. Because I'm celebrating 1.5k subscribers. I thank all of you for that. I made a video about that and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I would love some more questions so that I can make a really cool video. Let me know about that, yeah. But anyway, till next time, take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves, people. Keep those pages turning, and cheers.